Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it very much. It's my privilege to be here today, and it's good to see all of you in support of law enforcement. You know, I grew up, I was just thinking coming over here, I've been in a law enforcement family for 48 years. My dad went to work as a policeman in 1968, and I think about those times in 1968 and a little bit about the times that we're in now. A lot of conflict, the country divided over the war, a lot of things that going on that was pretty much a lot of people tried to put law enforcement in a bad light. Pretty much kind of like we're facing today. We got through those times because law enforcement continues to be professional. We'll continue to do our job without malice or partiality, no matter what you call us. We'll continue to be professional and bring law enforcement services to you, no matter what they may say. We'll continue to work to serve you. When I think about the officers, the police officers, the deputies, the state patrol who are out here day and night in terrible weather at times, in bad situations while many are asleep, are out here protecting us. And we'll continue to do that job because we are here to serve all of you in the community. I want to say too that I'm very proud of Carroll County. In this area, the police and law enforcement has the support. I don't know in the last couple of years how many groups, church groups, school groups, different organizations have sent letters and cards saying that they appreciate what these officers do. And you know, that's really touching. Everywhere I go, people want to know, what can we do for law enforcement? And I said, just keep telling them when you see them that you appreciate what they do and that you're praying for them. And that's all they need, really, because we, in law enforcement, we don't do this job for the money, of course. We do this job to make our community safe and to be better. It's a tribute also to our law enforcement by all these chiefs that you've heard that are mentioned. We have the best group of police chiefs, and I've seen a lot. 36 years, there's been different sheriffs, there's been different police chiefs, but we have all good departments in this county that are providing professional services, and that's our duty on our end, to do that, to be professional and to do those things that we need to do to make our community safe and to bring our community together and not divide our community. It was my privilege in 2003, May of 2003, after Billy Giles had been killed in the line of duty, Lieutenant Billy Giles, in 2002. The following May, we went to Washington, D.C. at the Law Enforcement Memorial. And I remember President George W. Bush talking on the White House lawn, how in our society, sometimes we look at heroes or those that play a great ball game or win the Super Bowl or the World Series, or we talk about a movie star or somebody that's rich and famous. But the people and the heroes in our society are in front seats of patrol cars and fire trucks and ambulances, come into the scene and run into danger when other people are running from danger. So we'll continue to be professional, and I thank all of you for the tremendous support you've shown me, shown my office, and shown law enforcement in Carroll County. You know, I even had a group, it was very touching, and you may have seen it in the paper. 3 little kids that are being taught the value of law enforcement and public service baked a cake and brought it to the sheriff's office to me. Now, I've got a lot of awards in my life. Most of them I didn't deserve. Most of them is attributed to the fine men and women of the sheriff's office. But when they brought us that cake, those 10-year-old kids saying they wanted to bring their cake to some heroes at the Carroll County Sheriff's Office, that's tremendously moving. Now, let's talk about something else. The national media Hope none of you's here, but if you are, it's the truth. The national media has portrayed that law enforcement is corrupt in general, that it's racist in general, that we don't do the things that we need to do, that we pick on people, and the stats absolutely do not show that. It shows that 99.9% of the time, law enforcement does a fair and decent job each and every day on a salary that most of us would not work for.
Preach it, Sheriff. Preach it.
And so we try to remember that. Nobody dislikes a bad officer more than an officer. And yes, there are times that there are people in law enforcement that shouldn't be there. And it's our job in law enforcement to identify quickly through training and policy and get rid of the bad ones that are very few that make all the news. But thank you very much. We'll continue to serve you, continue to be in this great county. And remember this, the great President Theodore Roosevelt said, "No man is above the law, and no man is below it, and no man will we require his consent to obey it." Thank you.
I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to be in law enforcement. As Clint said, I started in 1981. I've been a police officer 35 years, started when I was 10, so y'all do the math. But I love being an officer, and that's the cool thing about it. I've done it this long, and I still love going to work every day. Even with all the national media and all the negativity about law enforcement, we couldn't ask for any more local support. I mean, you see what we have today. After those officers were killed in Dallas, we just had an outpouring. We had people there every day bringing stuff. We had people buying our lunches. I don't remember the last time I bought a lunch for about 3 weeks, because every time we'd go in a restaurant, the waiter or waitress would come over and said, "Somebody bought your lunch. We appreciate you." And they appreciate you. And that just means so much to us, because we know we're doing this to serve you, and we know we're doing this to take care of the people. Joel talked about one of his mentors when he talked about Jimmy Adams. I'd like to mention one of mine in Barry Carroll. If you look on this board here, several of these police chiefs, including myself, work for Barry. And the one thing that Barry really emphasized to us, and he was way ahead of the game, is community policing. And he really believed in that motto, and he believed in taking care of the public and having a relationship like what Joel and the sheriff's doing with the preachers. He believed in having a relationship with the public. And I'm just so proud of having served for him and what he believed in. And he pushed us to be better people. And he pushed us to be good people and to be good examples for our officers and for our families. One of the biggest fears I have is that my kids aren't proud of me, because I'm proud of being a police chief and I'm proud to be a police officer, but I'm most proud to be, my title is daddy. And if ever my children aren't proud of what I do, and proud of my accomplishments, then it's not working anymore. And so people claim that there's negativity in law enforcement, but they don't understand why we do what we do. They don't understand how hard we work to do the right thing and to be that good person. And I do it for the public, but I do it for my family. And I want my family to always be proud of me and what I do. And so when I get out there every day, I never want to embarrass them, and I never want to embarrass you as the citizens. So when we work like we work, we do it because we have pride in ourselves, and we have pride in that uniform and that badge. When I first went to Villarica, we had the sew-on badges, and I wasn't a big fan of that, and I hope I don't hurt anybody's feelings when I say that, but I want it to be something that, God forbid you do something wrong, that I can take that away from you, or we can take it away from you. It's like Joel and the sheriff talked about it. We police ourselves, and we make sure that our officers do the right thing. And if they're not doing the right thing, we're going to get them out of this field, because we're proud of this field and we're proud of the professionalism of law enforcement. So thank you for your support. Thank you for what you put together. It was awesome. And if you see an officer on the street that are still serving and working hard, let them know you appreciate what they do, because I know we appreciate it when you do. Thank you very much.
What is courage? What is honor? Are these words or just ideals long forgotten? What is duty? What is glory? Are they just written down in some old story? When we hear a word like freedom, do we know what it really means? Or do we take it all for granted, living like kings and queens? We are blessed to live in freedom, blessed to live in peace, blessed with food and shelter, blessed with life on lease, blessed to gather freely, blessed to have a voice, and blessed that someone brave or fought so we can have a choice. We are blessed. Oh, we are blessed. Is faith a notion or fear of hell? Or have we lost our very faith in faith itself? Is it our rock, or is it madness? Or do we cling to it like rain in times of sadness? It is easy to remember, but easy to forget the beauty of our country and the simple gifts we get. 'Cause we are blessed to live in freedom, blessed to live in peace, blessed with food and shelter, blessed with life on lease, blessed to gather freely, blessed to have a voice, and blessed that someone brave or fought so we can have a choice. We are blessed. Oh, we are blessed to live in freedom, blessed with food and shelter, blessed with life on lease, blessed to gather freely, blessed to have a voice, and blessed that someone brave